Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11, the NLT version. God has planted eternity in the human heart. Good morning! Yay! It's another episode of the Word Tribe. Still on our Journey to Purpose series, and today we'll be reviewing chapter 4. Wow! Wow. We're actually progressing. So chapter 4 is titled Made to Last Forever. And then there's a famous quote here by Abraham Lincoln. It says, "Surely God would not have created such a being as a man to exist only for a day. No, man was made for immortality." Alright, so the summary of this chapter, the first pointer is, this life is preparation for the next. And I think I somehow hinted it in the in chapter 3 review, when we're reviewing chapter 3, and I talked about the fact that everything doesn't end here, and so we should not focus our mind on just here. There is a life after here, and that is eternity. So this chapter 4, elaborates more on the fact that we're made to last forever. We are made for eternity. This life we're living here temporary on earth is just a preparation for the next life. There's actually another life, and that life is meant to last forever. So I think this changed my perspective. I I already knew that this is not where we're going to end, right? This is not the end of the whole thing. I knew that there was still going to be another life after this, when Jesus will come and the rapture will take place and we'll all go to heaven. We're going to live there forever, right? I was aware about this, but it didn't really, It didn't really hit so much. The revelation didn't really hit so much until I had read this chapter, and I was like, wow. So I'm made to be immortal. The reason why on earth it seems like we look like we're mortals is because of the fall of Adam, and then when sin gained predominance in the world, and God had to change the order, right? That was not the plan from the beginning. God's plan when he was making man was for man to be his image, and God is forever. God is all existent, so we're meant to be immortals as well. But because of the fall of Adam and the emergence of sin in the world, it shortened our lifespan, and that's why it's like we have death now. But nonetheless, the power of death doesn't have any hold on us as Christians, as believers, because we have Christ. But the original plan is that we were made to last forever. So this life is just a preparatory ground. Just call it the tip of the iceberg, call it a training ground. We are training ourselves for the real life after this. Okay. And then the second pointer here, it says, when you live in light of eternity, your value changes, your values change. So the truth is, again, it's a perspective or mindset change. So if you're still thinking that everything ends here on earth, your values is going to be focused around just here on earth. You'll be focusing more on how can I be valuable on earth? How can I make an impact on earth? You'll be thinking about how can I stand out? How can I be remembered on earth? But if you're living with the mindset of eternity, that there's a life after this, what we're currently living in right now, your values will begin to change. You begin to live more intentionally with the mindset that you're not just living for yourself, you're living for God, and you're actually walking in line with your purpose. So that changes a lot. Okay. And then the last part of this chapter, he talked about point to ponder. What are we supposed to think about from this chapter? That there is more to life than just here and now. So don't live for the now. I think you need to just change your mindset. If you've been living for now, you've been living for the moment, you've been living, there's this popular saying, like, you've got only one life to live, enjoy all you have to enjoy, flex or you have to flex. There are certain sayings like that, but they are not true. They are only deceit. They are only trying to, it's just the way the devil is trying to deceive people that, okay, there is more after this life, right? It doesn't end here and now. So for people that are encouraging you, you live only once, tell them that there's a life after this one. So you have to live. That what I'm saying generally is you have to live intentionally. You don't just live carelessly because you feel, it's only one life I have, and after all, when I die, I'm not going to live this life again. So let me just explore all I can. But that's not how it's supposed to be, right? So there's more to life than just here and now. So live intentionally, live purposefully, live like it's your last day on earth. I think that's also something he mentioned in the chapter. Live like it's your last day on earth. Don't live like, okay, you still have all the time there is on earth, right? And the verse to remember is 1 John chapter 2 verse 17 from the NLT version. It says, "This world is fading away along with everything it craves. But if you do the will of God, you will live forever." So again, it establishes the fact that this world is temporal, right? It's fading away, and it's very soon, the rapture is going to come. What's going to be your story at the other side? Is it just going to end with how you lived on earth? How's your life, your intentional living now, preparing you for the next life after the rapture? So please focus on doing the will of God. Please focus on actualizing God's purpose for your life, okay? Another question today that you need to ask yourself: since I was made to last forever, which is, what is the one thing I should stop doing and the one thing I should start doing today? So now there's a mental shift. Now that you know that we are not living only for here and now, we are living for eternity. What is something that I used to do that is not really beneficial for the road and the journey I'm going, and that you need to stop doing? And then what is one thing that now I know that I'm living for eternity? What is one thing I need to start doing now to help myself align with the purpose that God has for me? I hope you've learned a thing or two from today's chapter review. Let me know how this has blessed you. We'll be reviewing chapter 5 tomorrow, so stay glued and stay connected. Until I come your way again, please stay living for eternity. Bye.